Naija Senate don approve 2 out of the 4 important tax reform bills wey be major step for the ongoing plan to rebuild Naija tax administration system. The bills wey dem pass include one to cancel the Federal Inland Revenue Service Establishment Act and another one to set up Joint Revenue Board and Nigeria Revenue Service. Dem adopt the bills after correct review and the third reading for Senate floor. As Senator Sani Musa, chairman of the Senate Committee on Finance, dey present the committee report, he emphasize say the tax reform legislation dey very important for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu vision to grow Naija economy reach $1 trillion by 2030. He tok say dis na laws wey dey practical, beneficial and go last even after the present administration say na wetin Naija people need.
Recommendation on the tax administration bill, which is one of the areas that have generated a lot of controversies. We have addressed that, and what we did with that recommendation is that the federal government will be taking 10% from the VAT distribution. We did not amend the present VAT structure. We left it at 7.5% instead of increasing it as was recommended. So in that structure, we said 10% of that collection will be for the federal government, 55% of that collection will go to the state government and the federal capital territory, and 35% to the local governments. The amount of VAT revenue standing in the credit of states and local governments shall be distributed among them on the following basis. We recommended that A, state governments will have one, equality, which will carry 50% of that.
Meanwhile, Senate President Godswill Akpabio praised the progress as he expressed confidence say the reforms go improve governance and change how dem dey collect and share tax across Naija.
A bill for an act to establish the Joint Revenue Board, the Tax Appeal Tribunal. No. I take that again. Distinguished colleagues, a bill for an act to repeal the Federal Inland Revenue Services Establishment Act number 13 of 2007 and enact the Nigeria Revenue Service Establishment Act to establish the Nigeria Revenue Service charged with powers of assessment, collection of, and accounting for revenue accruing to the government of the Federation and for related matters 2025, third reading taken. Distinguished colleagues, a bill for an act to provide for the assessment, collection of, and accounting for revenue accruing to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the states and local governments, prescribe the powers and functions of tax authorities and for related matters, third reading taken. Distinguished colleagues, a bill for an act to repeal the Federal Inland Revenue Service Establishment Act number 13, 2007, and then enact the Nigeria Revenue Service Establishment Act to establish the Nigeria Revenue Service charged with the powers of assessment, collection of, and accounting for revenue accruing to the government of the Federation and for related matters 2025, third reading taken and passed. Distinguished colleagues, a bill for an act to provide for the assessment, collection of, and accounting for revenue accruing to the Federation, federal, states, and local governments, prescribe the powers and functions of tax authorities, and for related matters 2025, third reading taken and passed.
Akpabio still confirm say the remaining 2 bills go pass by next day even if dem go need to sit extra hours. Make una no forget say as we see am na so we dey talk am, we no dey take blame. Oyifemi Onosimo, TMC News.